Hi guys, welcome back and thank you for watching. In today's video I'm going to look through the evolution of my style. There's quite a few of these videos on YouTube at the moment and I really enjoy watching them. So I thought that I would create my own. It's also good fun to go back through all your own photos and cringe a little bit, but just to see how far things have come. So yeah, I'm going to start off around 2010, so about 17, 18 here, with some Facebook photos, and most of the photos I have at this time are night out photos. So these outfits were like the typical for a night out, lots of boobs, lots of legs. It was all about short tight dresses. We loved bodycon. Kurt Geiger shoes always, like me and my friends were obsessed with Kurt Geiger, we always went there. So in both of these outfits here I have on some Kurt Geiger shoes and a dress from Motel. Spent ages doing our hair, ages doing our makeup, like getting ready and glammed up to go out was such an important part of the routine of a night out and the routine of a weekend. So, well, I wish I could go back and just pull that skirt down just a little bit because I think it would look a bit better. Like getting dressed up like that was such an important part of it. It was so much fun. And yeah, loads of fake tan, and this blazer, going through this video, going through my photos, I could sort of work out specific pieces that ended up having a huge influence on my wardrobe as a whole. This blazer is from BCBG. It was a long line blazer with slashes down the arm. I still have it now. I still think it's so flipping cool. I wore it relentlessly. I wore it all the time. And I think it was definitely the start of how much I ended up loving long line tailoring, basically, which you're going to see a lot more later on. But yeah, I kind of got out of the phase of boobs and legs all the time. It was quite a short-lived one, and got more into wearing trousers on nights out. So things like wide leg coloured trousers. I was really into coloured trousers. So at this time I'm wearing colour a lot, and that is going to go a bit later on. But like wide leg pants from Zara, which is where these orange ones are from. These sparkly ones, which you can't see too well in that photo, they're from H&M. God knows where this weird arm cuff thing comes from. I just remember it being painful to wear. I have no idea where I got it from. Thankfully I've lost it since. But yeah, trousers, got really into trousers. The disco pants from American Apparel were just everyone's life. Like if you didn't have disco pants from American Apparel, then what the hell were you doing? These are all around 2011 as well, 2012-ish, these photos. And disco pants reigned supreme for a long time. Often with, I really like the outfit I've got them with here actually, which is a Gucci belt and a black t-shirt, but we often wore them with leotards, which were also from American Apparel. Imagine the most skin tight outfit that you could possibly wear, and that is what we often were wearing, with some Kurt Geiger shoes always. But yeah, moved more into trousers, which in turn was kind of the moment I think I moved into trying to dress a bit more sophisticated and a little bit more chic. So outfits like these ones, which are two holiday looks that I've got here, became more typical of what I've worn on a night out. On the left, I'm in Italy here. I think that's a Zara look, head to toe pretty much. And then the other one is some Prada wedges. That's in Marbella, the other one, with couples, top and shorts, but definitely got more into tailored shorts, which is also then going to turn into tailored trousers very soon. But less about flashing lots of skin and more about interesting silhouettes. And apparently pastels. This is a lot of pastel colour going on here, but I don't really remember that being a thing. In terms of the casual outfits that I was wearing around this time, so this time I'm in my second year at university. When I was at uni, it became really important to me to dress quite smart for uni. I think it was like the idea of getting up and getting ready to go to something. And lots of people on my course, I did history of art, dressed really casually, and by my third year that influence had rubbed off on me. But in my first and second year I was always like a lot smarter than everybody else. People probably thought I was a little bit just like, why the heck is she wearing a blazer every single day? But I did. So things like this would be really typical of what I'd wear. Lots of black skinny jeans. I lived in All Saints black skinny jeans. Those Isabel Marant wedge trainers, they were like the first pair of shoes that I really lusted over. Like I desperately wanted these shoes. I still have them now. I hate them now. I really hate them now, but I'll never sell them because they were like a thing for me at the time, those shoes. So this picture, this is one I want to show you because this is the kind of outfit that I would have loved the most at the time. I think I'm about 20 in this photo. This is in my second year of uni still. These Joseph leather trousers I wore a lot, and got into loafers around this time as well. The kind of style of loafer that I get into does change, but the loafers love was like a thing which is still strong within my wardrobe now. But getting into more masculine Shoes for daytime as well. This jacket, this coat was from All Saints, but as you can see, quite smart and quite tailored as well. And that would have been a very typical outfit that I would wear to uni as well at the time. So another piece that was something that I think influenced my wardrobe a lot in the long run was this COS long black coat. It was the first manly oversized long coat that I ever bought that wasn't more tailored like the All Saints one I just showed you. This was in so many blog posts, I wore this so religiously, and then continued to buy coats in this style for a long time, which became really typical of what I would wear to uni at this point, and what I wore most days really, just that long black coat. Was also really into, this was inspired by Victoria Beckham. I remember I was massively inspired by her at the time, and the way that she would wear quite oversized silhouettes but with really high court heels, and anything casual would be really stepped up a notch with the shoes. So I wore lots and lots of court heels, really high pointed shoes that I couldn't really walk in but still did my best for them anyway. And it's also around this time that I start to slightly move away from skinny jeans. I start to wear ripped jeans a lot more, but also these vintage Levi 501s, which was the first pair that I ever had, which, as you guys now know, are a huge part of my wardrobe. This is also a similar time where I start to get really inspired by the Scandi blogs, and this is coming into the height of feeling like no colour whatsoever, really minimalist, jeans all the time, very little pattern if at all, mostly black and blue through the denim. That was very typical of what I was wearing at this time, and it stayed like this for a really long time going through my blog. You can start to see where I get more comfortable with casual things like these Acne brogues got me more into flats. I remember I wore them all the time, they were really painful. They got me into flats again, which, as you will now know, masculine shoes are a really big part of what I wear as well. So yeah, it really did stay a similar style in that really minimalist, slightly androgynous thing for quite a while. Typical outfit would be jeans, a t-shirt, brogues or loafers or something like that for day to day. And then in my third year, as I'd said, I started to get more influenced by how casual everybody dressed at uni, and I bought some Stan Smiths and got into wearing my trainers. Combination of the influence of the people around me in my degree, but also through the real craze of Scandi bloggers who were everywhere at this time, and that really minimalist aesthetic, which was just huge on Instagram. So lots of trainers start coming through. Outfits like this one with this long coat, this is going back to what I was saying earlier about the COS coat. This is another one from COS. This was typical me in third year of uni. This is the kind of thing I wore every single day. Long coat, skinny ripped jeans, and Stan Smiths. I think post-uni, the main thing, again, as I was just saying, was the change in the style of denim. So I really started to notice how I was wearing baggier jeans so much more, although still often with quite smart outfits, often with heels and things like that. Not so much with the Stan Smiths anymore. It was kind of, again, getting that balance between something smart and something really casual and effortless, which is still really important to what I wear now. And around this time, so this is 2 years this November, so November 2014, I bought the Gucci loafers, which have had a huge influence in my wardrobe. They start to be everywhere on my blog. I wore them all of the time. I still wear them all the time. I just cannot get over them still. But yeah, that kind of a shoe, a masculine shoe that's slightly less clumpy, becomes a huge part of everything that I'm wearing, and still is now. Like, that style of shoe is a huge thing for me at the time. So versatile and so easy to wear, and just had so many outfits with my Gucci loafers. The denim is getting more straight leg, baggy all the time, very rarely wearing skinnies, and it's around this time that I can feel myself getting a little bit more experimental with things as well. So start to introduce a bit more colour around here, and you know, in all those outfits I just showed you, there's no colour whatsoever. I really purged all colour from my wardrobe and lost all confidence to wear colour as well. And start to reintroduce them. This is May last year, this photo, this is a year ago in New York, through really dirgy colours, like good ugly colours. Things like this yellow mustardy blazer, which is from Isabel Marant, which I wore a lot. The Tibi culottes, which I just showed you there. Things like that started to get me into colour again, which I feel like I'm wearing colour now more than I have in a really long time. I guess the main thing of my style in the past year has been a high-waisted straight leg jean. It's been huge with something tucked into it and a long line blazer. So you can kind of see how the roots of this have been around in my style since my second year of uni, even since the slashed arm blazer, but have hopefully gotten a little bit more refined. And yeah, lots and lots of that style of denim. I mean, I've gone through so many pairs of jeans like that, it's unbelievable. And it's only really in the past 3 or 4 months, maybe a bit longer, that I've started introducing pieces which are a bit more exciting. This specific outfit, this was last summer, and I remember this being a moment of like, this feels really different for me, but I feel really confident in this. Because it wasn't jeans, it wasn't something tucked in, it was just like small differences that made it feel quite out there, but I still felt confident in it. And I remember really, really clearly wearing that outfit and feeling really good in it. Testing basics has been a massive part of my style because it's forced me out of my comfort zone when I'm buying 5 of the same item. Pieces like this floral coat, which I've never have bought had it not been for that series, that's had huge influence on the way I dress because I don't want to buy 5 of the same thing every time I do it, so I feel like I've got room to experiment a little bit more as well. And again, there's always key pieces every season, so like the sock boot, sock style boot, a heeled boot, that's quite tall, is hugely important to what I've been wearing for the past year as well, with the straight leg jeans, with the long line blazer, and then recently more and more colour has been showing up, and I'm feeling more confident with colour all of the time. These 2 last photos of like the blog for the past few weeks, these are super recent, and are things that is almost coming back full circle, like that Sandro suit, which is this blue suit here, is like I can see myself in that with those Prada wedges on while I'm in Marbella. That's the kind of thing that I would have loved then, and I'm like, you know, coming back to them a little bit more and just finding the confidence to have a bit more fun with things and not necessarily wearing the same uniform day in, day out, which is something we're all guilty of sometimes, and I've done videos about that in the past, but trying not to do that quite so much. So I hope that's been interesting. I know there's been a lot of images there, and feel free to go back through the archive of my blog. They're all there for you all to see if you want to go and have a look. But I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed looking through it. I couldn't believe how long I wore the same thing for, like that really minimalist Scandi phase lasted for a long time, and I was surprised to see how long that I wore those things for. And now in the past month I feel like it's changed quicker than it has in a long time because I'm feeling more confident all the time with trying different things, which is definitely partly down to testing basics, which forced me out of my comfort zone. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.